Welcome to Street Talk on NASCA Network. I'm Yanina Carter and I'm your host tonight. As we celebrate Women's Business Month, it's an honor for me to welcome a phenomenal woman who's been doing some great things in the community. Her name is Carolyn Sims-Nesmith. She is the founder of CSN Productions, as well as an award-winning producer for the Freedom Choir of Philadelphia. Carolyn has an extensive history in the arts and music, and she is bringing some great things to the table, and we're going to talk about that tonight. Along with Carolyn, we have Twana Thomas, who is the general manager of CSN Productions, as well as Alan Green, who is the talent coordinator. I'd like to welcome all of you to the show today. Thank you for being here.
Mike.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Carolyn, I'd like to start with you. Can you tell me, what is CSN Productions?
CSN Productions is an organization that works with artists to try to assist artists in getting their information out, their talent exposed at our studio. We are also interested in making sure that we give classes and teach voice and other kinds of artistic endeavors in our Philadelphia community, because you find that it's kind of difficult for artists to really find a home, a place they can work, and a place they can grow and flourish.
Okay, so that was why you came up with this whole concept of bringing something like this together? Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
tell me,
Excuse
go ahead, what was you going to say?
Yes, because I'm working with the arts. You know that they don't even have the arts in the schools anymore. So it's really, really, really needed. And so a home base for a lot of these artists is really needed. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I understand that you not only do different shows, you have a lot of different things you do, right?
Yes.
As far as you
Yes.
do productions on stage, you have concerts and different events, as well as you have classes online. Okay, can you
Yes,
tell me a little bit about the Artist Collab?
Yes, Artist Collab came about because I know a lot of artists, and I'm finding that we as artists sometimes seem to just bump heads quite a bit, and thinking, okay, we can do much more if we pull together. So I called some of the artists I know and said, why don't we get together and have an organization that allows artists to network among ourselves, share resources when we can and when it's appropriate, and to really support one another. And they said, well, that's a good idea. And as a result, we were able to put together something called an artist collab with artists from Philadelphia, from vocal coaches to dancers to actors. So it's worked really well, really well.
Okay. I know some of the people you have working with you are big in the industry. They work with some major players. So how do you see the CSN Productions has engaged in the community? What are you doing to engage in the community?
Well, currently now, I'm personally working with the Southwest Senior Center, and I'm teaching them vocals, choir, and drama.
Oh,
And as a result, they've gotten so beside themselves that they started touring, and they
are
are
you serious?
fantastic. I know I never shared that with you. They are
No, you
fantastic.
did.
I know. I see them every week. Talking about choir, we have a choir. The choir was so good until PCA came to the center just to see them. And other centers have engaged them and asked them to come. And it's the same with our drama group. They are fantastic. I kid you not.
How long have you been doing this? When did you start CSN Production?
CSN Production started in 2011. We've been around a little while, and it's been an uphill battle. It's been an uphill battle, but we were able to hang in there and continue to move and work with other people and pull groups together, even during the pandemic. We were able
I was
to
going to ask you, how did you handle the pandemic and how did it have the impact on the company?
Well, what happened was, that's a good question, because sometimes I don't even know how we survived that. But what happened was some able to give us some money. I mean, just here,
Okay.
You need to keep it open. Pledge so much every month, so much every month, and it helped. And as a result of that, and we were able to keep it going, keep it going. So we had no expenses with electricity and lights and water and all of that because we weren't in there. So just to make sure we paid that lease and had it go on was something I am very grateful for to folk who thought it was worthwhile for us to really stay in business.
So your establishment is actually located in East Falls. Is that correct?
That is correct. We're located, there was a place called Sherman Mills. Scott's Mills. It used to be Sherman
Hmm.
Mills, but now our section is called Scott's Mills Arts Studios. And it's just a wonderful place. It's like, oh my gosh, Twana, wonderful way of describing Scott's Mills. But an artist, like an artist retreat, where you go in
I
and
love
you
it.
have your own parking and artists are all on the main floor. It's just amazing. It's a very artsy place, very artsy. I love it.
Twana, I want to ask you a couple of questions too. I know that you have to reserve the venue and so forth for different events. What are some of the different events that people can hold at that location?
Oh, all
Twana.
types of events. It is a intimate space, so it's only about 600 square feet. So it holds up to 32 with tables and chairs, but up to 50 without the tables. But it's a multifunctional space. It's great for rehearsals, plays, acting, dance, fitness classes, networking, photo shoots, podcast. We've even had somebody hold church service there before. So it's really a blank canvas. There's a lot of free as well as add-on amenities, such as tables and chairs and linens and leather couches and theatrical overhead lighting, sound equipment, microphones. So it really can be molded and shaped for a lot of different types of events.
I do know that you also offer online classes. That was some of the things we touched on with Carolyn. What are the classes that you have going on right now? And I know there's some coming up in the future, but I know you have some going on right now. What do you got going on right now?
We do. So right now we have voice and saxophone classes online. Our classes are on
Okay.
Thursday evenings for 6 weeks. The classes start at 6 p.m. and they're for adults, either on a beginner or intermediate level. Vocal training is being taught by Sherry Wilson Butler, who is an accomplished teacher and jazz singer. Her classes started a couple weeks ago, but we hope to have her back with us again in early spring. We also
Okay.
have Kenny Sykes, who is a saxophone player. He's been playing since he was 8 years old. It's fantastic. His classes start Thursday, October the 13th, and they run
Good.
through November the 17th. So there's still plenty of time to sign up for those classes. And you can sign up very easily through our website, csnproductions.com, or you can email us at info@csnproductions.com, or there's always the phone. You can call us at 484 222 0418. I also just wanted to give a shout out to one of our clients, Liliana Ruiz, who is teaching at the studio, not online. Her classes are in person.
I
She
love
teaches flamenco
it.
class. Yes, absolutely fantastic. A lot of fun. She is one of our featured partners on our website, so you can find out all the information about her classes there. So if you go to csnproductions.com, look under featured partners, you can read all about Liliana and the classes that she's having at our studio every Thursday. And that's through the end of the year.
I love it. I love it. Flamingo dancing, saxophone playing, vocal lessons. I mean, what else
Yes.
can we add to that? That's really, really good. Tell me
Yes.
though, I understand that you guys have an event coming up on October 16th. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
We sure
Wow.
do. Whether you like traditional or contemporary gospel music, this is the concert for you. It's a 2-hour show. It's on October the 16th, so it's coming up. It's on Sunday afternoon
Hmm.
between 2 and 4 p.m. The talent is excellent. The music will truly uplift your soul and leave you feeling really inspired. There's a little something for everyone. As Carolyn mentioned, we're inside the Scotts Mills complex, which has an artsy, sort of industrial, creative vibe to it, at 3510 Scotts Lane. And tickets are just $25. That does include light refreshments and snacks. And you can get your tickets very easily through our website at csnproductions.com. Click on events, click on gospel tickets, and you're there. The really good thing about this show and our location is it's free parking. So who has free parking?
And that's
free parking. Absolutely. So no need to, ride around trying to find a space. There's free parking and the building is handicap accessible. And for this particular event, because we're so concerned about safety, we are requiring masks and we're doing temperature checks at the door because we want everyone to be safe and have a great time.
And very good. You've still got to be cautious in this time period. Well, Alan Green, I'm sorry, Alan, I want to talk to you about the talent. We haven't talked about what we're going to see on or hear on Sunday. So can you tell me what can we expect?
Standing talented and can you hear me? Can you hear me
now?
Oh, okay.
Yes, we can.
We have some of the most outstanding, talented, and versatile artists from the Philadelphia, Delaware area. We have people, the Freedom Choir Ensemble will be performing. We have Marshall Williams. He's a recording artist, contemporary recording artist. We have the Reverend Tanya Waller. We have Dwayne Betters, who is a fantastic soloist and choir director. We have Sherry Wilson Butler, who they talked about before, who is a jazz vocalist who is going to be doing some gospel. And we have Kenny Sykes, the saxophonist, who will also be performing. We have these people are extraordinary musicians and vocalists, and they know how to get an audience involved.
Sounds like you got a good lineup. Now, one of the things I know that you're having is some poetry as well. Who's doing the poetry?
Okay, we have Freedom Choir Ensemble.
And the Freedom Choir Ensemble. So we have that. Oh, I forgot. That's your group.
They're part of it.
That's your group, Carolyn. And Alan, you also was a part of this. Alan, you was also a part of that, right?
Yes, I was actually original members of the Freedom Choir back in whatever year we started. I don't remember, but it's been a while.
About 50 years ago.
About 50 years.
Are you
We're telling our age now, Carolyn.
I'm sorry.
But Alan, I understand that you select some of the talent. What are some of the things you look for when selecting your talent for the show?
Well, when I'm selecting people, I try to find people that have, first of all, they can sing, and people that understand, depends on what type of music they're doing. So basically, they can sing, have a great vocal range, and who knows how to entertain and perform and get the audience involved.
Yeah, and that's good. The audience engagement thing type of thing.
Yeah, so
I understand that you...
I would say most vocalists are storytellers. They sing a song that tells a story. So you want to get your audience involved in the story that you tell, whether it's gospel or jazz or R&B or blues.
I know it goes for any genre of music. I also understand that we have the host. Who's our host for the show?
The host is Barbara. I'll let Carol talk about her, but it's Barbara Rick Strand. She's the host. Go ahead,
Barbara
Carol,
Rick Strand is I know he said, Carol, you got to talk about Barbara, but we've been friends for a long time, and I saw her journey. Barbara Rick Strand is she has something called a voice to remember. That's how she goes. A voice to remember. She's a commentator. She's an announcer. She does voiceover. She's a mistress of ceremonies. She does fashion shows. The girl has it going on, and she definitely definitely keeps audience engaged. When she did the Gospel Soul Series #1, I mean, she has so many fantastic going on with the audience that they almost gave her a standing ovation at the end of the program. So she's a wonderful person to lead your programs. Mm-hmm.
So this is your second gospel series. Is this your second,
Yes.
or have you done it numerous times?
This is our second. The first one was just so awesome. And I mean, I think I shared this with you. I was in the audience and I was overwhelmed, and I thought I knew what was coming, but ever didn't, because I was just overwhelmed, filled, and just like it's. So yes, so we had to do a part 2. We had to do a part 2.
I love it. How often do you think you're going to try to do these kind of series?
Well, we had discussed it. We said we're going to try to do something like this quarterly. Every quarter to have
Good.
something, because the people seem to want it. And our first sold out. This one looked like it's going to be sold out relatively. Yes, and we have people still calling. So how that happened? Somebody by the name of Yanina Carter. Oh, thank you, Yanina, for helping. May I add one thing that I forgot? Yeah, you're fantastic. I forgot to mention the people in the
things, though.
Mm-hmm. We're trying.
I think you're doing some good things, and I think the community definitely is welcoming this. We're getting the music and the arts back out in the community. I think that's important. So, yes. And that's food for the soul. You know that. We need that in these hard times where you see violence going on constantly. We might be going into war. I mean, it's so much going on. So it's a pleasure to have such good opportunities to go to some kind of series like this. So I give you kudos, ladies, for women's business as well. Right?
Thank you
very much. Yeah, thank you. Can I add something?
Thank you all. Yes.
I forgot to mention the wonderful people in the Artist Collab. Could I list their names right quick? As they say?
Yes, please do. Please do.
Oh my gosh, I cannot. Well, we know Sherry Wilson.
The Artist Collab. Wait a minute. Wait, Carolyn. The Artist Collab, again, are the artists that you're collaborating with to get these classes done. Okay.
That's one.
So now I want to hear who they are.
There you go. And we network as well. Here we go with Sherry Wilson Butler, and we talked about her. Antoinette Coward Gilmore. She is the founder, CEO of Dance for Near. She has a wonderful dance group in Philadelphia. And we have Terry Lyons. I call her our griot. She's an historian. She wrote a book. She does poetry. She's also a playwright. Kenny, we talked about, our phonist. And we are really happy to see these folk come together, collaborate, and work as a group. It's wonderful.
I know. I look forward to it. We've got some good people coming out to check it out as well. And I wish you much success on this beautiful day, October 16th. Again, at Scott Mills, right? 3500 Scott Lane. 3510 Scott Lane. And if anybody wants to find out more about it, what's the number to call?
It's 484-222-0418.
Thank you again, ladies. And Alan, I'm not just saying ladies, but we're celebrating Women's Business Month. And Carolyn, you got a good business going on, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for joining us today on Street Talk. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.